Hello, and welcome to Talking with Chivalry. I'm your host, Antoine, and thank you for tuning in. Today's topic will be about keeping your focus. A simple subject, but an elusive one at the same time. A word so simple to say, but when used, can bring extraordinary results into your life. So let me begin by asking, why is it so hard to stay focused? This question may not be for a few of us, but for the majority of us, why is it hard to maintain a consistent focus on our goals? To put it frankly, why can we stay on target on something that may not be as productive for our growth? For example, if I'm scrolling through social media and if I don't have that stay focused mindset before I start, I guarantee you something will catch my attention. It's just how society is now. We are very visual people and we like what we like. And if we see something that we enjoy looking at or intrigued by something that like an article or anything, of course we're going to research it or we're going to look into it. And I've pondered and thought on this subject for quite some time and came to a solution that I would like to provide for us all. I've been what most of you may call a scatterbrain for most of my life. I still consider myself a scatterbrain, but my attention span was so short. I could start a conversation with you, and by the time you begin to engage, I was already thinking of something else to talk about. I was over it already. And any new idea that comes to my mind that I'm intrigued by, I will pursue it. Basically, like only seeking the thrill of the hunt or accomplishing the goal was the only mission. And then once I've completed that mission, the fire quickly burns out because it was never truly a real passion to begin with. I will go back to completing or trying to complete the one goal that I wanted to accomplish, but don't allow myself to finish. And now that's actually another topic for another day is why do we know what we want to do, but we allow things to deter us from grabbing or holding on to that goal or that mission. I mean, we know what we want. We know where we want to go. We know what career we want to enter. We know what investment we want to make. We know what we need to do, but we allow things to pull us away from that. And then we end up going right back to what we want to accomplish. But that's a rant and another topic for another day. But to be honest, I've done it several times while creating this session, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Being distracted, with access to the whole internet at our fingertips, literally a new tab away, and constant thoughts processing in our minds, it is extremely difficult to stay on course until completion. And I'm amazed that I can even get anything done. But that nagging feeling in the back of my mind always takes over momentarily. You know, the thought of how the sun is dwindling down and you've only typed two paragraphs, or that cringing feeling of hearing your kids coming down the hallway and you realize that you've thrown away valuable time getting lost on YouTube or something. Your parents know what I mean. We love our kids, but if we hear them coming down the hallway, I mean, man, it's like, that's when we begin to realize that we weren't doing what we were supposed to be doing. And now our attention is solely going to be locked in on our kids until either they're done with us or we kick them out the room. Or even how notifications from social media alerts always seem like an interesting search, when you are trying to complete a task. But for all that, my solution is to break the goal down and focus on completing the small tasks. Simple, right? It is. I've come to the realization that if I break my goal down into small, manageable tasks, ultimately I can accomplish my goal when I want to. See, when we think of a new idea or a goal that we would like to accomplish, we are, for the most part, thinking of the ending result or the big picture. And this can deter most people and ignite others. But that is where the planning begins. We simply think from the result to the beginning, we can create steps that we can get us to completion or our destination. And that's the plan. So now that we have that plan, it is time to map out the steps in ways that we know that we can be completed in one sitting. And this part will be determined by your own individual focus standards. So if you tend to stray a bit or become unfocused a lot more than you would like, then you may need to make your steps smaller for yourself, something bite sized or something easy to consume or easier to consume. And if you have a little more focus, you can increase the size of that load or that task. You can make them a little bigger, something that, hey, I can sit here and I can accomplish this task in about 10 minutes or 15 minutes without searching for something else on the website or having to get up or having to tend to my kids. Break it down into minutes. That way you definitely know what you can accomplish. I can recommend one book that helped bring on this new mindset. Focused thinking will be The One Thing by Gary Keller, and that's a must read for anyone that would like to get a better understanding of how to focus on your goal and avoid distractions. I heard a few people that I'm subscribed to mention it and decided to check it out. And it's impressive and eye opening if you ask me. And this may not be the solution for everyone, but it works for me. And you can always utilize it and structure it to your own. But either way, it is yours to share and, use amongst yourselves. But to summarize, always, when that idea comes to mind, you're thinking of that end result. So think backwards. Okay, this is what I want to accomplish. So how am I going to get there? That's when you come up with the plan. And the plan, you break that down into easy steps that that you can accomplish within 10 to 15 minutes. And like I said in other previous sessions, that I don't want to take up too much of your time because I don't want to elaborate on the same message for about an hour or 2 hours. I want to create something that's easy for you to consume, and you can take it in and listen to it over and over, or listen to a new session and keep it moving for yourself. But with that being said, I really, really do want to thank you again for tuning in to Talking with Chivalry. I really do appreciate it. So stay strong, stay resilient, and keep fighting for a better you. Thank you.